Good morning, Steve here, and I've noticed how things shift for me when I look at myself and I'm smiling. I had a comment by one of the people that watch my videos and comment on the videos. And the comment was a simple comment, but it made me want to look at the video that was being commented on, and then I was very affected by the video. It took me into the video took me into a very deep place, which I had been in when I was making the video. But this feeling of being in a dream within a dream within a dream has been stronger and stronger of late. For example, I got up and I made a video, and then I made a video on how that video affected me, which I'm doing again here. So my most recent history, let's say the last 14 years, maybe more, but let's just say the last 14 years have been about my going to classes in the dream world and then bringing back some information, integrating that information, and then passing that information on to others who maybe don't have the ability to check their volume. Oh, let's just see. I'm lowering the volume. That way we'll have a greater ability to increase the volume later. That's the theory. Okay, so I'm going to, so I am Steve, and next will be Arlen. So Arlen is going to work with me based on some energetics that I woke up working with today, maybe explaining it to me and helping me work with those energetics more effectively, which seems to be what Arlen has the ability to do, is help me to do things in a more efficient manner that may help us all. Okay. So initially, when I come in to, give some information, I have to meet Stephen's consciousness on the way, and Stephen's trying to pass me some information while I'm just coming into a body and just getting used to this process of being in a body, which I've done before. So it's not like, it could be said that it's like, riding a bike. You learn how to ride the bike. But you might have learned how to ride the bike when you were, say, 7 years old. And the bikes have changed a lot. And some of the bikes have become electric, and then you try to ride an electric bike, and you don't have quite the reflexes you might have had when you were 7, unless you've kept up some quick activities. Okay, now I think we've gotten Stephen out of the way. Okay, one thing I'm going to talk about is I'm just going to check and see which is better. I'm going to talk about a term embodiment. And so one of the things that can happen is, especially with people who tend to study what they might refer to as spirituality. So they make it a habit to be involved with people who are attempting to improve their spiritual awareness. And oftentimes what will happen is people will learn to speak a language that we could refer to as a spiritual sounding language with very little experience behind the language, so that people can get together with other people who have an interest in spirituality, and they can learn how to sound experienced in the realm of spirituality without ever really tapping into that realm. Because there is a realm, and as a human unit, this human unit is moving into a realm that you might have been seeking in terms of your spiritual progress. You've been progressing towards this experience, but you have so many constructs about what that experience will be that it has the possibility of keeping you from having that experience, because you could be having that experience right this moment, but your constructs, the things you've made up about spirituality, keep you from recognizing this moment as a spiritual experience. And so there's this, and I'll keep it somewhat related to Stephen, because in many ways he's the one that has requested this session to be done with him so that he can progress in his ability to work with these energetics as they are right now. And so there are habits, behavioral patterns that were set based on unresolved traumas. A trauma is any unexpected or overwhelming event that occurs where the emotional energies related to that event seem too big to deal with at the time, and so those are compressed and placed away to be dealt with later. A good analogy might be laundry. So you have these clothes, and eventually the clothes are worn to the point where it feels like they ought to be laundered. But instead of just laundering them, they may be placed into a basket and then later laundered. That's basically what these emotions are. They're emotions that were felt to be too much, and they're put away. And then we build habits of behavior to attempt to go around them. To a point where one can't avoid them any longer, and we are at that point. There's no way to get away from the stored laundry of emotions. The baskets and possibly baskets and baskets and baskets of soiled laundry that are in the basement, where maybe it's possibly has more moisture, where things could just grow. And so here we are. So I'm in that situation as Arlen. Arlen is in this situation where Arlen is inside a body that has stored emotions and behaviors based on those stored emotions. So what we have been working on helping Stephen to learn is how to differentiate his self from his persona. So there are differences between our personality, which is consistent behavioral properties in a person, certain habits in a person, where they appear to the world a particular way. And that could be defined loosely as their personality. And then there is a persona, which is similar to a personality. And the persona is a way of wanting to appear to the world, somewhat dependent on the circumstances. And then there is the self, which is a multi-leveled experience. So we were able to get Stephen to have the experience. So you can have the experience but not necessarily embody it. So if you do something consistently in relationship to your personality or your persona or your perception of self, if you do things persistently and consistently, they become habitual and you actually take it in embodied. So you embody it. So you embody your perception of self. And there are other aspects of yourself that are not embodied by the individual, but are in body, such as the deep self. So we were able to get Stephen to the point of awakeness in the dream world, which he refers to as the dream school, which it is. It's a place where we can teach him some things that he sometimes remembers when he comes into this world. And we were able to get him to bring in an experience of what we referred to as the deep self. And then have the experience of the deep self, and then have multiple experiences as a result of the embodiment and the experience of the depth of the deep self, so that it was felt what the deep self could do in terms of affecting change if one learned to live in that space, referred to as the deep self. This is of much value and can lead to much benefit and will alter the sense of self, the sense of persona, and the sense of personality. It will alter that because those were all developed based on a lack of awareness of the deep self. And the part of our self that has these unresolved experiences that were overwhelming on many levels could be referred to as traumas and have leftover emotions attached to them that have possibly been down in the basement as laundry getting more ripe, so to speak. These are the things people tend to want to avoid, so they live higher up in their minds and they work with the world attempting to control it as a means of not experiencing what's in the basement. Now, I'm watching this process and I'm seeing this basement and seeing these loads of laundry. And one can just see the laundry machines, one to wash the emotions, one to dry the emotions, and just place all of the laundry, bit by bit, into the washer, set it to cleanse cycle. When the bell goes off, take it out of the washer, put it in the dryer, set it in motion to dry it, and put more laundry in the washer. Set it on a cleanse cycle. If you wish, take the laundry basket that you've just emptied, and for some people this will be helpful, so we're just going to do it this way for them. One's going to spray it with a disinfectant and wipe it out with a towel before putting the clean laundry into the basket. So then the laundry's coming out of the dryer, it's done, it's going in a basket. The laundry's coming from the washer, going into the dryer is set in motion. Another set of laundry is going into the washer with detergent, free and clear. And that's set in motion, and that's cleansing another load. And if you want to, you can add a folding table next to the dryer, and you can just put a nice clean folding table, and you can fold up all the laundry and go put it away and be done with those overwhelming stains that were on the clothing that are now washed out and dried and now possibly functional. this is a way of doing it. This is a way of going through all of your dirty laundry. Because I recognize that being a saying that Stephen has heard, and maybe many others have heard, don't air your dirty laundry. That does not mean don't clean your laundry. It means just don't air it out. Just wash it, dry it, fold it, and put it away. And you're done. And maybe in the possibility of wearing your clothes over the course of days, there'll be experiences that you might have that make you want to put your clothing in a laundry basket. And then wash it and dry it and put it away. This is what can be useful in changing a habit from just putting everything in the basement and just leaving it there. And I would say it can be as simple as that. Wash, dry, fold, put away. 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 Repeat. And in this way, you can clear all of that laundry in a very short period of time and not have to go through it over and over and over again. Just clear it all up right now. Just keep it going. If you look out there and you see 40 baskets of laundry, wash, dry, fold, put away. Wash, dry, fold, put away. Repeat 38 more times. If there are 100 baskets, repeat that 100 times. You are doing what you do anyway, you're just doing it efficiently. And not all at once, but in a step-by-step manner where you're actually going to get through that entire basement. And then we can just, be more efficient. So, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. And another 50. And another 50. And another 50. 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50. Done. As simple as that. And this is a demonstration of what is occurring currently with these downloads through the cosmic activation portals, these downloads of high-level energy that are just cleansing the system. And as the system is cleansed, that's going on. And we just keep it going. And so it feels like a storm outside, but we're in our center in a cleansing process, and we remain in our center just like you're doing now. And if you pay attention to your energy, you will notice that it has changed remarkably. And you can go back to the beginning of the video, and you can be aware of where your energy was to start with. So if you go back to start on the video, then you're aware of where your energy is to start, and then you watch the video, you're aware of where your energy is when you complete the video. Just like the washing, you can just do it over and over again until you feel completely clear, like all of these energies, all these thought forms, all these ideas about yourself and your world and your place in this world can all be just cleared, cleaned, done. And you can start from your own beginning as your deep self, connected to your higher self, connected to your highest self, grounded to the healing center of the earth, open to the healing power of the One, with all the things that were unfinished finished. What will you do tomorrow on day 6 of the Galactic Activation Portal? There still may be activations, but they may just be activations because you have prepared the way for them. It's good to be with you again, and may this serve you well. And Steve is saying in the background, which he was really good about being quiet, but now he's saying, may it serve you right. And so, yes, may it serve you right as well. May it serve you, and may it serve the world you live in. And may the frequency that you begin to hold, which is the multiple frequencies, but one of the frequencies, the frequency of the deep self, is the frequency of peace. May you hold that for your world. May you be a light bearer of peace. May you be a bearer of love, a frequency of love. And may you be a bearer of joy, a frequency of joy. And may you be kind to yourself and be a frequency of kindness to those you perceive as others. And they are other selves. Okay. Until we meet again.